Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
I don't have to go back.
Okay.
Brad, they're logged in and the text can. Yes, I do. Okay.
Well, that's fine. When I write the piece up around it, I'll have all their information in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
In 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3.
Good afternoon, Twitter. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, and it's a special day for us here with New York City's own Baruch College Traders Club joining me today. Now, these guys dominated trading competition, beating out Harvard, Yale, in fact, MIT. So it's really great to have you guys here with us. Gordon, we'll start with you. I want to run down the line. Let's talk about your major, when you expect to graduate, and why you wanted to get into the Traders Club.
Sure. So I'm now in the Master of Financial Engineering program at Baruch, and I will graduate December this year. So since I'm a graduate student, so I was not in the Traders Club, but I work a lot with them. So because I like trading and I enjoy the environment, talking with those kind of smart people.
Okay, and Kevin, we'll move on to you. Thank you for joining us.
So I'm actually an undergraduate student majoring in mathematics. I'll be graduating in like 2-3 weeks. And so I originally actually heard about Traders Club from Bell, who actually couldn't make it today, but he was one of the, he was very involved in it last year, and he told me about it and got me really interested in it. So I decided to come out, and I really liked the experience.
And it's paid off because you got hired right out of school, so
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And Dimitri, we'll wrap it up with you. Tell us about you.
Sure, I'm also an undergraduate studying statistics and quantitative modeling at Baruch. I'm graduating this semester, and I'm going to be settling with an internship in Chicago as well, and possibly working there full-time afterwards, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, so it's paid off for you too. So the way it works is Baruch's master's grad students works with the undergrads to prepare them for this competition. Kind of explain to us what that process is like.
So I was in the Roman International Trading Competition. So all the candidates were selected from a pool of both graduate and undergraduate students. So we kind of worked together, but we also competed with each other. So the team finally came up with those top candidates, and we have Professor Dan and Gerald, so who helped us prepare for the competition. So it's just like an environment putting all of graduate and undergraduate students together for those who are interested to participate in the game.
What's the world of trading competition like?
It's a world.
Well, it's actually, I guess it depends on which competition you're looking at. Right. So this year, Baruch won the MIT competition as well as Rotman and UChicago. So for the UChicago competition, I think Dimitri can speak more about that. But for MIT, it's 4 different cases. There were just different styles of simulated trading that we had to trade with, and we just had to make the most out of it. So they gave us the case packets a couple weeks in advance. We had a bit of time to prepare, so we had to create our own support sheets for the competition, build out our models, and kind of just backtest them. So they usually have like some sort of environment where we can test our code and our models, just see if they work. And it's just a lot of preparation that goes into preparing for these competitions and just being ready.
Right. So Dimitri, what's this like? Do you walk into these competitions and there's a mock trading floor set up, or is it really not so much fundamental driven, but more quantitative and solely based on models and charts more so than stock picking, if you will?
Well, it depends on the competition. Two of the competitions are more quantitatively based. The last one, UChicago, is algorithmic. So it really tests how well you could develop a code that would work in a real market scenario. The other 2 competitions at MIT and Rotman in Toronto they're more mathematically inclined. Like you're working in different sectors. Like if you're trading commodities, then you're looking at how news of the weather or something might impact oil prices. If you're dealing with options, then you're looking at arbitrage opportunities or mispricings that could occur between stocks and options.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not like you were to go in and say, here's this basket of stocks I like, these are these sectors that I like. You just used multiple asset classes within your programs. Is that how it worked?
Well, the idea is you trade within a different sector. So it's not like we just build a portfolio and then we watch it grow. It's more like we're trying to make profit in a very short period of time, because for these competitions, you come in, you sit down, and they say, okay, we're going to trade for 5 rounds, 5 minutes each round. And so the person with the best P&L overall over those 5 rounds will be declared the winner. And the problem is, in 5 rounds, you can't really build a portfolio and hold it and try to expect any sort of like guaranteed returns. But if you're trading based on divergences between securities or something like that within the field that we're working with, whether it's commodities or we had a credit risk where we traded bonds or just trading ETFs, the time frame is very short. So the idea is it's less about building a portfolio and more about trying to find mispricings in the market that we could take advantage of.
Right. It almost sounds like an NFL draft. If you're a recruiter for these, algo firms in Chicago or New York, you could just go watch one of these competitions and pick the best and the brightest is really what it sounds like.
A lot of these firms actually come out to these competitions,
Right.
and they're actually sponsors for the competition, so it's actually really great to meet some of them.
Is there a certain skill set that's needed? Clearly you have to have a mathematical or quantitative background, but are there other skills that need to be brought into this?
Sure. So, for example, in Roadman, you also need to trade with people. There was a case which I think we finally won because we won the case. So there, instead of using mathematic models, you have to talk with other people to convince them to trade with you, like at a higher price, at a price that you prefer. So that involves a lot of things. You need to learn how to communicate and like catch the best opportunity because others are also traders. They won't just let you profit from them. So
Right.
there's like a game theory thing. So
Yeah, so people's skills certainly come into play with this. Now, what was your margin of winning? I mean, clearly you dominated because you won so many of the contests, but what were your P&L percentages like?
Well, that depends on a case-by-case basis. The idea is they'll rank every P&L for each round, and then they'll average out the rounds. So the people who do consistently very well will be rewarded in the end. So for a lot of these competitions, we didn't actually take first consistently in every case, but we would be like second or third
Right.
every case, every time. So in the end, like for MIT, I think we won 1 case out of 4 cases, but overall we ended up taking first, second, and third place just because each team was consistently very good.
What style do you enjoy trading the most out of the different cases that you were presented with?
I think algorithmic trading is very interesting because it's less about trying to react to the market in real time and more about you come up with a game plan beforehand, you stress test it, you present it to your team tries to find weaknesses in it, and then you try to hedge against any other risks that you might discover like while preparing.
It really is quite fascinating. I mean, this
Yeah.
is really, I mean, you're doing what people in the industry have been trying to do for 20, 30 years, especially as it's evolved so much over the past 10 to 15 years with electronic trading. So to wrap it up, my question to you is, are you going to stick with trading going forward with your career?
So definitely quantitative finance because that is what I'm doing now. But whether trading or like quantitative research, that depends on like what I like maybe half a year later because I
Right.
still need to complete like another semester at school and I will figure out like what I want to do in the future.
But you're definitely quant driven. That's,
Yes.
you want to be there. And how about you?
Definitely trading.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be starting a full-time position at Group 1 Trading in July, so
That's
it's
great.
definitely.
I mean, it really is fascinating. Right out of college, competing in these competitions, doing what people do with billions and trillions of dollars each day, and you guys are doing it, and they're hiring you right out of school. I think that's fantastic, and we'll wrap it up with you. Do you think you can stick with trading?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick with trading. I didn't have any trading experience before joining the club about a year and a half ago. But since then, I secured an internship in Chicago with Wolverine, so I'll be starting in June.
Okay.
And it's just a really fast-paced environment, keeps you on edge. I really like it.
Yep. Well, we know Wolverine well, and Nasdaq Felix, our new options trading floor. They're one of the market makers on the floor, so
Yeah.
we see them quite frequently. Well, congratulations, guys. I think it's fantastic what you've done, and good luck with your future endeavors. And Twitter, as always, thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.